coming back to the present. There's this really great interview with Novak Djokovic, the tennis player, right? So he was explaining that most people think that great players never get emotional or never have distracting thoughts. And he said that's so far from the truth. It's just the time from when they recognize it to the time they come back is much faster. Okay, so that's the actual practice, is coming back to the present. And therefore you need something that keeps you present. Yeah. So that is really what you need to practice once you're back on the range outside, or you can practice it even at the TrackMan indoors. You can consciously choose things that you have under control.
Need to work on my mind a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Can you bring an example, like from a last tournament or something, so that it's better to?
Yeah. So for me, let's say the pin is on the left edge of the green, left side of the green, and then there's water left, right? So my fear is that I'm going to pull the ball with an iron shot, right? Like, oh, okay, I recognize it. But I know for me personally, I've practiced this a lot, that I feel when I really cannot go left on a certain shot, that I feel kind of the squareness of the club face going through the ball. So it's just a very short feel, 20 centimeters before and after the shot, where I keep the club face very square. So I kind of almost hold it off a little bit, but it's a specific feel that I've practiced. So I know in that circumstance, I can only control, these 20 centimeters, and I'm going to really focus on that. And I'm going to really enjoy that, actually. Like, it's so much fun to hit this really crisp ball, like, very square. And I know that's going to keep it right. So for me, it took preparation and practice and a lot of try and error to say, this is what I do in that situation.
I love this example. Nice.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is more tangible, right? And another example for me at the moment would be my driver. I'm hitting my driver really well right now, but sometimes I get a little bit ahead with my head ahead of the ball and I push it a little bit. So when there's trouble on the right side, it gets to my head and I'm like, oh, I don't want to pull it because I want to react to the water on the right, or I don't want to push it out. So I'm like, okay, all I'm going to focus on is just keeping my head very still and quiet. That's been a thought I've been playing with for 20 years. It's just a really great feel for me. I tend to just go a little bit ahead. So when I just stay behind the ball, and then I kind of, that quiet head and the target are one thought for me. I just have the target in my mind and I keep the head quiet. That's a very easy feel for me. And then I know the ball's not going right.